now for our learning portion. So we will just again take a break from our learning last year from the book Getting Loaded. So let us take a glimpse on what you can learn reading about Charmel's book, High Heeled Traders. Okay, this is the High Heeled Traders. Okay. There, in the book, you will...
It's pink. You won't miss it.
Yeah. Okay, can I read yung sa ano? Okay, so now in this book, you will find out how behavior is a big part of trading and the ideas that actually work. How a woman's busy lifestyle can help to trade. Low risk, high reward trades for markets going up, down, or sideways. The most important ingredient in trading. And you can also find out how easy it is to follow steps and exact information you'll need to trade profitability with low risk. You can also find out how to save money and avoid frustrations from trial and error. So it's actually good to read this book to if you're thinking of getting into investment. As you know, right now it's already it's there, that the atmosphere is there of trading and investing, especially here in the Philippines, right?
Fantastic. Yeah.
And again, for our business and finance news. So for the banking, business, and finance news, Barclay hikes Philippine growth forecast. Stock sustained rally hit new peak. This is the 7th time the index reached an all-time high. Capital inflows being put to good use, said by the BSP, and the BIR eyes 258 billion from individual taxpayers. And for our finance news, for our money news there, for our finance watch, as of yesterday, the stock market was up 42.15. The index was 6,093.90. It opened at 6,066.02. It went on a high of 6,115.18. It went on a low of 6,066.02. For our peso-dollar exchange rate, it opened at 40.580. It went on a high of 40.580, a low of 40.675, and it averaged 40.651. Okay, that's it for our Finance Watch. So, in this book, you said that what is basically a summary that, or something here that you'd really like to share to our viewers, like a chapter maybe?
Yes. Well, my favorite chapter there is Dress to Trade, because that's a chapter where I talk about 10 or 11 components, I think, of trading that people need to know, in addition to their preparations and study beforehand. Because these people would think it's easy to get into, but really it's hard if you're not prepared. Okay? And to make profitable business out of it, you need to really lay out what you need to do. It's a business plan, really, that you need to lay out, and you need to structure everything. And I give an idea of what people would expect or people need to put into their investing when they do it. So the chapter Dress to Trade is a fun chapter. I talk about earlier getting clean, to have the mindset that is conducive for investing. You're not scared. You're not too confident, because that's also bad. The second is about picking out the dress which should fit you, right? Flatter you. I talked about having the right foundation, even the makeup, pinakailaman ko na.
Okay, yeah.
I talked about the right foundation, meaning you should know what your objectives are. What is your interest? What are your capabilities in terms of being computer savvy, or, because let's face it, technology is a great enabler for investing. And if you are into computers or even the mobile devices, it helps you to track your investment better. I also talk about shoes in picking out, for example, the market condition. I liken it to looking outside and see if it's the kind of weather you want to put boots on.
Yeah.
No, right? So I talk about investing in that way. I also talk about the component that is essential for dressing up, which is your underwear. I liken it to position sizing, which is a concept about how big is the risk you're taking in each and every trade or investment that you do. So I do some girly analogies in there and explain the concepts as well.
Okay, so and here in this book, I'm actually very excited to read it. No, in this book, so you took out all the jargons, the stock jargons, the business jargons that common people don't really know about, don't understand.
Yeah. It's not that I took it out. I explained it first and then I told them what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. So the explanation is there, the analogy is there, and then I mentioned to them what it is called in the trading world, like leverage or volatility. I just explain it as there, in there as well.
Okay. Are there I mean, upon doing this book, I mean, since we are now we are talking about investments, and this is right now, this is what you've invested your time and money into writing this book,
Yeah.
right? And how long? You said it was 6 months. I mean, capital needed to write a book. I mean, maybe we have viewers there who would also want to write a book. Maybe not in
Yeah.
investment, but in other passions that they'd
That's
like to
right.
share with. I mean, this
Yeah.
is what you did. It's a passion of yours.
Yes.
And you wrote a book to share it with others so they can probably learn from it.
Yeah.
And maybe some of our viewers would like the same thing
Yeah,
for them.
actually, I did this out of love.
Yeah.
And the cost of the book, you can make it as low as 100,000, I think, $3,000. But because I really wanted a quality book, I put effort into having the logo, which is, I don't know if they can see it,
Yeah,
but
you can
but the logo is a stylized graph of a shoe.
Yeah.
And it symbolizes two things. One is that the book is for a woman, so yung shoe nandyan. And then it looks like a graph too. So I put effort and time into this, definitely. And it's something that I would like to encourage everyone to do. If you really are passionate about something.
Let's say passionate about, maybe about clothes or shoes.
Yes, yes. Put your creativity into it. It just certainly will be.
And earning from it. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, you have to like get your money back, or at least, right?
Right.
They say in books you get royalties.
That's right.
So when you write a book, you bring it to a publisher.
What happens is that now you can go and publish it by yourself.
Really?
I publish it with Amazon. So I'm a self-published author.
Oh, and
So
like
published with
printing it and all that.
Yeah,
You
the
get a
printing.
printer.
They publish it to include the printing in their services.
So now
Yeah.
writing a book is just you write the book and then you bring it to a publisher and the publisher will do it all for you. Like
Well, that's the traditional way. You write it and then you propose to the publisher and then they will assess it if they want it. I went through the way of being the publisher, so that's what I'm called, self-published author.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I have also been talking to several major publishers to distribute it worldwide. Because, well, I already publish it and distribute it worldwide through Amazon. But
Okay.
say, for example, you have a major publisher behind you, it's easier to market the book. So I want to do that to be able to reach to more people.
So you're the publisher and you are the marketing person of the book as well. You're the writer.
You have to have an entrepreneurial mindset
Yeah.
when you have a book. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But for me, as long as people are enjoying, I have a blog actually. I started everything from the blog. People can
Maybe
read.
we can show the slides, right? Do you have is your blog there in your slide?
Yeah, this is the flyer for the workshops that we're doing. It's a fun and fierce workshop. I'm talking about 3-day intensive learning opportunity that we will talk about the bull run on the Philippine marketplace. We're
Yeah.
talking about retirement investing and income investing because many people want to invest but they don't have the education for it. And I happened to be blessed to have the opportunity to study with Van Tharp Institute, and Dr. Van Tharp is one of the market wizards. He was interviewed in the book, and he's also a legendary trading coach. So we've done advanced workshops with him. And I told him, why don't you have a book for women? Because his book, Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom, it's a most excellent book for trading.
Is it universal or
trading is like being a doctor. It is universal. So practicing medicine and you can do it around the world, right? There's certain maybe peculiarities, but the discipline is the same. So anyway, I asked him to write a book for women because his book is very scholarly book. So it took me 1 year to read it because every time I will read it, bring it to bed, I'll fall asleep.
Or you probably need a dictionary or something
There
like
are
that because you don't know the term, no?
Yeah, it's a bit hard because like he uses very technical terms like maximum adverse excursion.
Okay, what is
What
that?
is that?
I don't even know that.
Yeah, that term, it's really funny because when I thought about maximum adverse excursion, he only meant that when you get into your trade, you have to have an allowance or room to move so that you will have the opportunity to still pursue what you're investing on. Okay, so it's just a room to move. But he says maximum adverse excursion is when
It's
you
so
reach
scary,
your
though.
limit of your allowance.
Oh, okay.
So when it reaches that maximum adverse excursion of your trade, to me it's just the allowance that room to move.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it is very scholarly book and it's really
But
most excellent.
It's
But
excellent.
it's hard to read for women
Oh,
like
really?
me, I suppose.
That's why I think you came out with a book like this.
That's
That would
right.
be easier for women to read, easier to understand, easier to grasp.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so the content we talk about, so but basically it's geared for women because it's a high heel trader.
You know, the funny thing is, a lot of men also read it. They
Oh,
enjoy
okay.
it too.
Okay.
Yeah. And the concepts work for all. It's just that I had stories in there. I had analogies that women would understand easier.
Difficulties experience while writing the book, while promoting the book, and of course the triumph. And of course, does the triumph outweigh the difficulty?
Yeah, well, the difficulty in writing the book is the editing because editing is, you have to stay up late and I have to rush my thing to the editor, my manuscript to the editor. But I thought, the most difficult thing about having the book is for people to, what do you call this, even invest on it. Because, as you said, they're scared.
Yeah.
They have a certain mindset that it is complicated. So I give away a free ebook. Say, okay, try it. It's, for me, it's just to be able to share. But
Yeah.
of course, I have cost. So
Yeah.
I have a freebie. It's like one whole 100 pages. So enjoy it. It's you can find it at highheeltraders.com.
Yeah.
So if you find that this is something you want to pursue, then you can go and get the book. Yeah.
And through Amazon and fully booked.
Through Fully Booked, at our website, highheeltraders.com, it's also available there. And Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Amazon Europe. Yeah. I have some people buying from overseas. Many of our Filipino compatriots overseas also buy it. Even other nationalities.
And that must be very heartwarming for you.
Yeah, it is very heartwarming and fulfilling. It's worth the pimples and weight gain that I had writing the book.
So, and do you have readers that actually call you, hey, your book really helped me a lot, and
Yeah, plenty.
encourage you.
Yeah,
What is like a top two memorable?
Well, one of those is a lady who said she felt empowered just by having the book because it's something that she can relate to easily. And the second one was that it's specific and detailed and actionable. It's something that you can take. I'm not saying it's a perfect book because what I would like to encourage everyone is to keep learning. But this is a good basis or foundation for starting to invest in the stock market. That's what they tell me.
They tell you.
And they enjoy it.
And
apart from
they
learning.
actually tell you also that, hey, because of this book, I started trading and I earned some money.
I haven't had that yet because I think people have to do their part. So my part is to put everything I know in the book.
Okay.
But people need to do their part
Of course.
to be able to reap the profits.
So how long has the book been out in the market?
It's there for 1 year now.
For 1
Yeah,
year.
yes,
For 1 year.
yeah.
So going back, I mean, like earning from the book. How does like an author earn? Like from royalties?
There are royalties, yes.
Royalties for every book that you sell. Then there are royalties. And how do you get control? I don't know that like 10 people bought in Australia or 100
Yeah.
people bought in this. How do you?
There's
you
normally bookstores will have sales report or like Amazon will have a sales report of how many people bought. and different kinds of sales channels who also have different kinds of percentages. So we earn little from the book, actually.
I'm sure. I mean,
Yeah,
book
it's not
is more
really
really a passion that you'd
it's,
like to
yeah,
share.
and it's more also a platform. But the thing is, you know, the book is a wonderful reference for people who want to start. And then if they want to learn more, that's why we have the workshops and webinars, because it's different to have a live interaction with someone you, like if you have a question to clarify.
When is your webinar?
The webinars, I've just started January. So I have the bull run investing and the retirement investing. And then the income investing, it's a workshop because I have a discovery style of teaching. And I will also have a webinar in February for bull run. And retirement investing, maybe I'll do it in March because it's more, what do you call this? There's a lot more concepts that will be discussed. So, yeah.
So I guess they have to
Yes,
wait for that,
yeah.
no?
Actually, I want to invite your
Yeah, please
viewers. For Rose subscribers, I'd like to offer you a 10% discount. So just, if you go to my website, highheeltraders.com, put in the discount code RO,
RO.
RO 2013 F for Feb, because that's the next webinar. So you'll enjoy 10% discount as subscribers of
So they go to the
Investment
Facebook.
Academy. No, in my website, highheeltraders.com.
highheeltraders.com. Just write the word row.
Row 2013 F. Yes.
Okay, and then
That's
they get a 10% discount.
Yes. So that's a deal that I want to offer to all your
Oh,
subscribers.
thank you very much,
And
I'm sure.
the next, I will let you know for the next campaign. So your subscribers will always have preferential
Okay, you can
rates.
actually always let us know here, and I can actually shout it out to
that
to
will
my
be,
viewers,
yeah, that will be perfect.
and in my blog, I mean in my
In your
Facebook
site.
page.
Yes.
My site.
Yeah.
Yeah. So message from our viewers who would like to write a book or would like to trade.
Yes.
And message and
I
advice.
think one advice I would want to give is to always be open to learn. Yeah, there's so many things to learn. Very exciting times for us in the Philippines. Investing is fairly new here in the Philippines, I would say. Although, of course, there's a lot of other people who've done investing, but people now are more interested. And it's good because people now want to be able to grow their money instead of just spending it, right? Which is what we usually do. I'm guilty of that as well. So
But now I think you invest first and then you spend. So at least your mind is, okay, I invested already, now I can spend a little bit here.
yes, yes. So yeah, always have, you know, the, what do you call this? You invest to enjoy your life also. So invest in your education first. And I was talking about in the webinar, there are 10 truths to trading. And I don't know if we have time, if I mention.
Maybe quickly, yeah.
Yeah, I'll mention 5. One is to
5.
have think of it as a business, so have a business plan. The second is have the system or set of rules that you need to follow so you're not feeling scared or you're not feeling greedy, that sort of thing. So a set of rules to follow will help you. And then,
Plan, set of rules.
yes, have your procedure, which you can find in my book. It's very easy, but you have to customize it to yourself. So think of yourself, what is your risk tolerance, what is your interest. Because me, I invest in oil stock because I like oil stock. For me, it's lucrative. It is volatile, but I have a system or set of rules to follow to trade with it. So don't just follow someone's recommendation, but think of how it will fit you.
Okay.
So I think that's the 3 advice that
All
I
right.
want to
So
give.
thank you very much, Sharmel, again for sharing us all that. And I'm
That's a lot,
sure
yeah.
that our viewers learned a lot from it. And I really wish you all the best with your
Thank you so
webinars
much.
and your book.
Yes.
And don't worry, we will be promoting your book.
Thank you so much.
So-
And happy to be here in Investment Academy.
Thank you. So again, we need to manage our wealth wisely. Calculate every move you make towards spending your money. You have to respect the wealth that you have made for you and your family, and honor God and thank Him for the talent and the wisdom that He gave us that brought us where we are today. Again, I will leave you with the magic 3. With luck comes preparedness. Make your money work harder for you and build wealth for your peace of mind. Lastly, thank you to my sponsors, Frank Provost Studio at the Fort, and Flawless, located all over Metro Manila and in the provinces. See you next week, same time, same channel, as we continue learning about the different business investment opportunities. Maraming salamat po at magandang umaga sa inyong lahat.